Hey there, Aries. Welcome to your reading. Just had to make sure I was recording because, I've done that before. I've done entire readings where I don't record, but we are. But anyway, Aries, thank you for being here. I have a word popping into my head like you're looking for something. I don't know what you're looking for other than trouble. Am I right, Aries? But I feel like you're looking for something, That's almost not even a message worth delivering. But let's see what we get. You have this Milk and Honey card and this Go the Distance card. This is pretty good. The Milk and Honey card is like kind of, it's like a good card, but it can also be bad because it can kind of represent, getting drunk on success or, getting high on your own supply, right? So it basically says that there could be a lot of success coming in for you, but, make sure to keep it going. Don't, I'm not saying that you would get lazy, but definitely don't get lazy. Keep the success going, keep doing the things that you've done to make yourself successful. And don't stop, because I feel like you have the opportunity to go the distance. That go the distance card kind of represents seeing something through all the way to the end. Make it really truly is like true completion energy. So I feel like you could be on the way to accomplishing something great here, making a lot of progress. And here you go, Eight of Wands. This is like one big accomplishment is what this reading is. The Eight of Wands is a quick conclusion. I don't think it's been quick. but I do feel like, you ever get to like the end of something and then the ending is what's quick? I kind of feel like that's what's going on here, but it's like a good conclusion is what I feel. You have the Nine of Pentacles here. I kind of feel like you are in a very independent energy right now. And I see this as, just being a good place for you to be making decisions. It's like I feel like you're really truly making your own decisions is what I feel like saying from your own, maybe for the first time in your life. It's like, I think if you look back at your past decisions in your life, maybe you can see how, in one way or another, other people have kind of like formed your decisions. And I feel like I say this to you basically all the time, but I don't know. I really get this feeling of Aries like truly bossing up. I'm not saying that you haven't made your own decisions before, but it's like you're really doing it. You're really kind of like making sure that the things you do are the things that you want to do, And that's like the energy that I get here. You have the Moon card here. And the moon is about kind of like seeing something through to the end as well. There's this mountain in the background. And I think this is a kind of, the moon comes up a lot. I'll just say this. The moon comes up a lot. The Seven of Cups comes up a lot in readings. And, I really feel that kind of is describing the time that we are in. I feel like pretty much everyone feels not necessarily confused, but maybe like we can't see the end. We can't see the finish line, right? And the moon just says you have to keep pushing forward anyway. It's like whatever you're working on, business, work, relationships, health, it's like regardless of how you think things are going to go, the moon kind of says like, what is the original reason that you set out to do something? The moon is part of the fool's journey, and it just like, the fool gets to the moon and he has to say to himself, he has to just remember really like why he set out to do something in the first place. Even these two pillars right here on the moon, those two pillars are a warning to the fool. They basically tell him like, don't get off your path. You set out on this journey, whatever it is, to accomplish something. Now see it through to the end. And that's really what I feel like this reading is saying. You're about to accomplish something great, but if you get distracted, it's going to cause a problem. You have the Temperance card. So Temperance says no matter what, you will always be able to transmute things. It kind of gives me the vibes of, it's like, I've talked to a lot of people who've had like successful businesses and things. And, it's like I've had several successful businesses I still do to this day. And, it's always funny because like sometimes I do get those like moments where I'm like, oh my God, what if everything fails? But it's like, well, just do it all over again. You did it once. And I kind of get that feeling on the Temperance card where it's saying you could be worrying about, like you could be having those limiting beliefs where you're a little bit worried about certain failures or something failing. But it's like you've done it already before. And I feel like you need to think about that to give yourself confidence. It's like, if you can just see that you've done it once before, and yes, it would suck if everything came crumbling down, but you will be able to rebuild it faster because you have knowledge now, whatever it is that you're afraid of. With the Nine of Pentacles, you have the Two of Pentacles, work hard, play hard. Everybody has had this energy of really needing to like work hard and play hard. Then you go down to the Justice card here, which is all about balance. So balancing out your energy. With the moon, you have the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups could be like some sort of disappointment. I feel like you're moving away from a disappointment, something that didn't work out, you know? And the Moon is like, do I keep going? You know, do I keep going? Do I turn around? Do I go back to this disappointment? No. I feel like you need to keep pushing forward, you know, and plain and simple. And, you know, this could be a person who has regrets, by the way, is what I'm getting. And too bad, so sad. With the Temperance, you have the Ace of Cups. Yes, I feel like there's new love coming in for you, someone new, even going this way to the High Priestess. Could be like a mystery. You know, I see a lot of mystery here in your reading, obviously, the Moon, the High Priestess. I used to blame Pisces for this. It could be a Pisces that some of you are dealing with, but it's like after all these readings I've been doing for you over the past few months where you constantly get Moon and High Priestess in your readings, if you look back, you know, I really feel that there's like a mystery, something that you want to do, and I feel like you have to dig into that mystery. So maybe it's not a Pisces. It could just be that you are, you know, you have some big ideas. You have the Ace of Pentacles here. You have the Ace of Wands. These would be big ideas about your life. Could be for anything. And I feel like the High Priestess is like, you know, needing to see what's behind the veil. I don't know. We're going to dig into it when we get there. You have this flamingo card that says, embrace the in-between. You have this bobcat spirit that says, life is a mystery. Everything that I was just saying. So, you know, I feel like life is a mystery. Of course, we can't know everything. I feel like you need to listen to yourself, is what I'm getting on that bobcat spirit. It's like I feel also that the universe is like really trying to guide you. I feel like the universe is trying to, it's like, you know, it's almost like the universe is trying to breadcrumb you, but I don't mean like breadcrumbing, like negative breadcrumbing. I'm talking about, it's like the universe is leaving a trail for you to follow, and I really feel you need to like listen to your intuition, listen to yourself, and I feel like that's how you're gonna follow this trail. The in-between would be the Moon card. The Moon represents an in-between time. And so I feel that you have been in between time. I feel like you've been waiting for the things that you want for a very long time. A little bit frustrated. Like I get a little bit of a frustrated, you know, kind of energy off of this flamingo card because it's like, okay, like I've been doing the work. Why am I not seeing results? So that's like the feeling I get here. And you have the Ace of Pentacles, the Justice card, and the Emperor. So you showing up in a very strong position here. You know, showing up as yourself, this puts you in a position of power and strength. So I feel like you are in a position of power and strength. I also feel that balancing out your feminine energy would be a good idea. So I don't always feel this way, but sometimes I feel if I have like the Emperor or the Empress, it says like one thing or the other needs to be balanced out. And I'm not saying you're masculine, but what I am saying is it's like I feel like you need more creative energy, or you need to be more creative, which we actually see right here with the Ace of Wands, which would be a very creative energy. You have the Justice card. Justice could be a Libra coming in for you. I don't really see this as a love reading necessarily. There's a little bit of love here. And of course, it's a 6-month reading. I mean, there absolutely probably is love available to you. And you have the Ace of Cups. But, you know, I kind of feel this reading is more about your life, because literally next you have this life purpose card, and everything in here is about like accomplishing something big, you know, accomplishing some sort of goal, wish, or dream. Justice, I feel like you have the Justice card here on the bottom of your clarifying deck. It's not in reverse, just the deck is upside down, so I was just showing you that. But you know, Justice is cause and effect. And, you know, making sure you're putting energy into things and getting energy back. For whatever reason this year, that has been a very important message. It comes up all the time. So make sure to pay attention to that. You have the Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles could be a really big opportunity that's coming in for you. So I kind of feel like there could be a big opportunity. It's probably something creative, because you have the Ace of Wands here. I kind of feel like it's a creative direction. It's something that you're seeing as well, because you have the the Queen of Swords here. She's seeing things clearly for the first time. She has clouds only halfway up her body, and she's looking over to the Eight of Wands. It could be like someone coming in with an offer, you know. This could be in like work or business, I feel, for some of you. And I feel like it would be worth exploring, is what this reading is saying to me. Let's see. With the Ace of Pentacles, you have the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is something permanent. So this could be a permanent change that you're making, especially in like your career or your business if you have one. I definitely feel money is going to be really good for you. You know, Jupiter in your second for almost the rest of the year, even though it is going to retrograde back into Aries, but you know, which is also, again, good for you. But you have a lot of energy in your second house. There's a lot of stuff in Taurus right now. And so this could be like very good for your finances or stabilizing long-term finances. With the Justice card, you have the Moon. If you are lost in the darkness, again, plant some seeds, see where you get feedback. You know, Justice says put a little energy into something, see what you get back. And again, you have the Moon twice here. So I feel like you just need to try to keep pushing forward towards some sort of goal, wish, or dream. With the Emperor, you have the Three of Swords. I feel like someone's heartbroken. I would definitely be careful of a past person with regrets. It's like, yeah, they regret things now, but it's like, why did it take breaking up with you to see that they would regret it? That's like my question here. It's like, if someone left you or broke up with you, I would be careful. I get this energy of someone who's in a pickle. Like, if you've dealt with a person who's always on to the next person, and never gives themselves time to heal in between, to me, that's a pickle person, right? They just go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I've met several of these people in my life where it's like, they break up with a person, they go back to their ex. They break up with their ex, they go to a new person, they go back to their ex. It's like there's always someone who's stuck in the pickle. And I feel like this is saying, don't get pickled. Plain and simple, right? That should be the name of this video, plain and simple. Next, you have this card that says, with great awareness, you will find the answers you're looking for. You have this life purpose card. It says, you found your life purpose, creating a life you want. You're manifesting. Recognize that you have everything you need. Yes, you have everything you need to create something amazing. Even the High Priestess here is a card of potential. I always say that the High Priestess has no roof over her head, and it represents the fact that there is no limit to what she can accomplish. The only limit is right here, right between her two ears. So she needs to, if she can, change her mindset, she can accomplish great things. You have the Queen of Swords, so seeing things clearly for the first time. I do get like some sort of truth coming in. Some of you could be realizing the truth about something or someone. So it's just something I would pay attention to. There seem to be a lot of truths coming out. We are in a time of truth, plain and simple. We're going to see a lot of truths coming out in the world, just in general, between now and 2027, 2033, somewhere around there. Who the hell knows, right? And what I would say is we're going to see a lot of it, but in our personal lives, people could be telling us the truth. People could be, coming clean to us about things. It could be about anything, right? And so just, pay attention. You have the Ace of Wands here. Ace of Wands is a passionate new beginning. And, I feel like you want a new beginning here. I feel like a lot of people feel this energy is what I'd say to you, Aries. It's like me, I move all the time. Like, I'm sure you know, because my background changes all the freaking time, right? I'm always traveling. Usually, like, my background is different, or something, right? So it's like, I think we're in a time where a lot of us could be wanting to, like, move or travel, looking for new places to grow, right? And I think that's the thing, is that we have Uranus and Taurus, and for you, it's your second house, which has a lot to do with your values. But it's like one of those things where I think what we're really looking for is a place to grow. It's like if we are somewhere where we feel boxed in or we feel certain restrictions, like whatever that might be, then we're probably going to want to leave. And this could be, it doesn't even have to be a location. It could be a relationship, a job, a business, whatever you have. And so I feel like you have a very strong desire for growth is what, basically this is saying to me. With the High Priestess, you have the Nine of Pentacles, very independent energy, like I said. I feel like you're really focusing on your being able to take care of yourself, being able to, just do all those things and, being able to know that you're secure. So there's like a very strong sense of security in this reading. If you're attracting a person, I feel like you could be attracting someone very independent and secure as well. Definitely could be an earth sign. With the Queen of Swords, or an air sign, I should say as well. With the Queen of Swords, you have the Ten of Wands. See, I would be careful of an air sign, though. This could be like a parent I'm getting, or just someone you're close to, who has a lot of problems. I really feel that we need to be super careful of unlucky people. It's like if you surround yourself with unlucky people, I'm convinced that their lack of luck will rub off on you, right? To me, luck is all about preparation. So just like people who aren't lucky or who have really bad luck usually are just not prepared for anything. So I would be very careful of that. I think you have someone very specific in your life who always has a problem, always has something wrong, always bringing burdens. And whoever that person is, I would be careful that they don't like bring it into your life. Maybe you need to set some boundaries or whatever. With the Ace of Wands, you have the Eight of Swords here. Self-imposed restriction. Do not stop yourself from doing things that you want to do, is what I would say to you here. The Eight of Swords is self-imposed restriction. Ace of Wands is a new beginning. It's like this is the type of energy that I see where it's like, I always tell a story. I used to have a friend who after high school, he wanted to move out of his house, and it was just his mother that he lived with. And every single time that he was about to move out, his mother ended up in the hospital. His mother, broke her leg. His mother, all these issues, right? And it's like he finally had to realize that it's like there was nothing wrong with her. She just didn't want him to leave, which is like super freaking toxic and creepy, if you ask me. Number one, but you know what I mean. It's like we can't stop our lives for other people, and I get that feeling here, where it's like you're meant to grow. With that Ace of Wands, you're meant to be at a certain level. And, by allowing people to prevent you from doing things, then, to me, that's toxic, whatever the situation is. I don't know. But I feel like you need to make sure that you're growing and not like letting people like friends, family, whatever, tell you what you can and can't do. You have this pufferfish card. It says, know your limits, set boundaries. So, yes, set boundaries here. You have this blue lobster. It says, you're 1 in a million. Embrace your rarity. There you go. Yeah, your story is going to be like no one else's. I love this card. That's an awesome card right there, that blue lobster. So, you are 1 in a million here, Aries. There's no one like you. And I feel like you need to act accordingly. You have the 2 of Wands, the 8 of Wands, and the King of Wands. Again, your energy. You show up twice in this reading. Doesn't matter what gender you are, but Emperor and the King of Wands, Aries. So I feel for a lot of you, you're showing up in a very strong position, very confident. I feel there's a lot of success that like wants to come in, but again, I feel like the success that's going to come in for you is going to come through number one, not getting lazy. Again, I don't want to call you lazy. I don't think it's laziness. I think it's just like not knowing what to do next, I think we should definitely celebrate our successes, right? But I would keep the momentum going with that milk and honey card, and like make sure you don't get too big for your britches. You know what I mean? It's like make sure that you're always being humble. Not that you wouldn't, but I'm just saying with that card. And as long as you do that, I feel like there's like a lot of success coming in here. You have the 8 of Wands, 2 of Wands. Would not surprise me if some of you were moving, like I said already. Or if you're like kind of like completing your life in one place and moving to something new, just wouldn't surprise me here, Aries. I also feel there could be communication coming in for you from a distance. Again, if you do want love, I feel like it's available. I just don't think it's a major focus for you over this 6 months. It could be. Again, you could meet the love of your life, We do have Venus retrograde between the end of July 22nd until like September 3rd. And so, I disagree with people who say Venus retrograde is bad for love, because you can actually meet the love of your life during Venus retrograde, not Mercury retrograde, but Venus retrograde. But it can still, bring in some negative love things. So it just depends on where you are in your journey. But again, like I said, there are people who have absolutely met the love of their life during Venus retrograde. So it's not like Mercury retrograde necessarily. It's similar, but not exactly the same. But what I would say is I do feel like there could be love, but again, it's like one of those things. If you're looking for it, you're going to find it. Let's put it that way. If you're not, then you won't. So if you want it, I would get out there. If not, then, that's fine. 2 Wands about taking the lead. So I feel like you're taking the lead on your life and kind of like making things happen. Clearly, you're just focusing on being 1 in a million. With the 2 of Wands, you have the Chariot, definitely moving. So it wouldn't surprise me if some of you moved, found a place, whatever, changed jobs, whatever. With the 8 of Wands, here you go, Queen of Wands. So now we have divine counterparts here. Definitely could be love. But like I said, is it a major focus? I would say probably not. If you want it, I would go for it. I feel like this could definitely be a divine counterpart. It's like someone wants to communicate with you. It's like, why do I feel resistance here, though? Like that's why I'm hesitating here, Aries. I'm just going to tell you what I'm feeling, right? It's like I feel resistance when I look at those two. It's like, or it could be them. By the way, you could be interested in a person and they could just be slow or whatever. I don't know. I'm going to pull an extra card, I think. But with the King of Wands, you have the 6 of Swords. This could say that someone is healing in the situation. What is the problem between these two? Right here, the Magician. Attracting this. Someone asked for this, So what's the problem? And the 8 of Pentacles, someone's more focused on work. So, that could be part of the problem here between these two, is like one of you is more focused on work or stabilizing your finances. I don't know. Looks good to me, though. And again, this could be one of those things where you start out as friends, and then who knows, maybe next year it actually becomes something. We're going to pull 5 main themes now. You have this joyfulness card. Everybody's had these cards. Like there's a bunch of cards like this in this deck. Joyfulness, cheerfulness, surprise, celebration, like stuff like that. And everybody has had one of those cards. And so it seems to me like the second half of the year there could be some celebrations, happiness. You have this fortune card. Definitely, I see good money showing up here for you. Don't be afraid to try new things in business. Don't be afraid to, push past your comfort zone as well. With that go the distance card and the milk and honey card, it's like one of those things where I see it where it's like you could be staying at the same level, of like a certain amount of money that you're making, and maybe you want to make more money. And so what I would say here is it's like try new things to get to that next level. You have this service card. Yeah, if you're attracting someone, I feel like they want to be of service for you. I can't remember who it was. It might have been Libra, Aries. I feel like there's always a Libra in your readings, but I can't remember who it was, but there was someone else who also had this card, and I was saying like you could be attracting someone who is like really wants to serve you in a lot of ways, like in a positive way, and I feel like you could be. Next, you have this despair card. I would be careful. I can't really show this card on YouTube because of what this guy is doing. He has a certain thing up to his head, and he's about to unalive himself. Let's put it that way. But again, I would say that I feel like there could be, I would be careful of any people from the past that are like, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Like, you catch my drift. And, I would be careful of, like, people who manipulate like that. And you also have this misfortune card. I feel, again, you could have a past person who is, like, having a really tough time and has regrets. Moon, Five of Cups, we talked about this. I feel like your life is good or will be good over the 6 months, but I would just be careful of unlucky people, like I said. But this looks really good here, Aries. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your year.